Hey guys, still here and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Today I have a scenario that revolves around Okinawa. The scenario is as follows. The battle for Okinawa is in full swing, and American soldiers are slowly conquering the island, paying for each inch of land with blood. Unfortunately, constant kamikaze attacks and Japanese defenses proved to be effective, which caused some of these supply ships to be destroyed before they managed to unload the supplies onto the captured beaches. Commanders are now concerned that without sufficient fuel, ammunition, medicine, food and water, they will lose their hard-won foothold. As a consequence, the Navy organized another convoy, which is to ensure the maintenance of captured areas and enable further operations. Unfortunately, every large cannon is needed at the shore of Okinawa to assist soldiers in destroying bunkers and trenches, so only light cruisers and destroyers, though they are the latest type, were sent to protect the convoy. The Admiralty orders increased caution. The remnants of the once powerful Japanese fleet came out of ports, as evidenced by aerial photography. Besides, the American submarine critically damaged the Japanese battleship, which, according to American intelligence, went to the meeting place of the fleet. Now, the Japanese ships are older, but they're still a very real threat. There is a good possibility that the Japanese will try to attack a poorly protected convoy because it gives them the best chance to stop American progress. It is a suicide mission for the Japanese, because they will be within reach of the American planes. But one thing is certain. They will fight to the last sailor. This is their only chance. American reconnaissance planes are patrolling the area. If they detect enemy units, they will immediately provide further information. Good luck. I will play as the Americans. My objective is convoy protection. 80% of the convoy ships must survive. At least 80%. If possible, sink as many Japanese units as possible. Well, I suppose that with a standard battle time of 10 hours, that actually comes down to sink absolutely everybody. My ship, or rather my ships, are 3 light cruisers, 5 destroyers and 20 cargo ships. They are from 1940. The guy who created the scenario said they're 1945, but the latest I can go is 1940. The Japanese ships are older, as indicated by their 1930 age. They have 2 heavy cruisers, 3 lights, 7 destroyers, and they're supposed to have 3 torpedo boats. But the Japanese do not have any hulls for torpedo boats, so that just wouldn't go through. And as a final part of that comment for the scenario, the guy said, please don't try to pronounce my name. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Adrian Bertziak, thank you for coming up with this scenario. Let's see how long I can keep my transports alive. Now, I can design either light cruisers or destroyers, and I think designing light cruisers is more interesting because I don't do that very often. So let's have a look at the light cruisers. Right, we got the modern light cruiser, which I think is a good base. I have not been set any limitations as far as budget goes or as far as armament goes, so I can pretty much put on this ship whatever I like. How much displacement would be reasonable for a light cruiser? I mean, it is an advanced light cruiser, so let's say that it has radar. That's a given. I can immediately give it radar Gen 2. What else would be handy on this ship? What else would be handy? Speed, I think. Acoustics to detect enemy incoming torpedoes. So let's say it was sonar 3, as the ships are supposed to be from 1945, but I can't quite do that. Stereoscopic rangefinder. Yeah, let's do that. And radio direction finding. Now, let's say that these were diesel boats with a speed of 33 knots. Medium range, many bulkheads. They are light cruisers. I'm not going to give them maximum amount of bulkheads. Forced boilers, oil, and a turbo-electric drive. They'll be maneuverable ships, advanced propeller shaft 3. Krupp 4 armor. And this is where we're going to start to struggle. I don't think that a light cruiser would have a maximum barbette thickness. Let's go with standard barbette thickness. Double bottom instead of triple. Reinforced bulkheads and watertight doors. I think that should be the standard on any naval warship. Flooding. It is advanced. Let's go for anti-flood 3. And then the Citadel armor. I think all or nothing. It's going to be electro-hydraulic turrets and autoloaders. And then we're going to come to the propellants. I've been experimenting with the others quite a bit. So for this one I'm going to go back to high TNT. Just my, let's say, go-to option. Okay, towers. Modern tower 2 or 1. Aiming speed is slightly better. Long range accuracy slightly better. Yeah, they all have a stat increase of 1 to 2 points each. Secondary tower. Over there. And then we're coming to the guns. I can go as high as 7-inch guns. Now I'm fighting 2 heavy cruisers and 3 lights and a bunch of destroyers. So I'd need to be in the middle. I need to have something that can penetrate the armor of a heavy cruiser while still being effective with a higher rate of fire against a light cruiser. And ideally against destroyers. Although I might just put a couple of, let's say, secondary-ish. Oh, maybe not secondary. Maybe some... it doesn't fit. Are you kidding? Oh, it does fit. You just need to put them right on the edge. Okay, so I can put 5-inch guns over there. And go with, let's say, 7-inch dual barrels here. In case you're wondering why I don't use triples, I like the dual barrels better. I just think that they look better. They don't exactly give me a combat advantage. They are, however, slightly more accurate. 63 versus 60. But of course that sort of evens out by just having more shells in the air if you use the triple barrel. So we got 6-inch guns. 8 of them. They reload in 8 seconds. Rate of fire 7.48 rounds a minute. Let's give them increased shells to maximize the chance of detonation. No, to hopefully make sure that I don't run out of shells halfway through the battle. Can I put the main? No, I cannot put it farther back. Alright, well we'll just offset that weight distribution problem with a few more secondary guns. Amidships. There we go. These have decent fields of fire, except for this one. There we are. Oh, come on. You're perfectly fine. Ideally, I would place a couple of torpedo tubes here. Sort of. Yeah, there we go. And I would like to have those rotated. Because I think they just look a little better. Same for the turrets, actually. Can I do that? I got a port weight offset. Alright, first place down the turrets. Then select that turret. There you go. Next. Remove both. Whoops, no, I don't need to copy the main tower again. And remove that one. Put this one here. There we go. Alright, pretty heavily armed light cruiser. And I run into weight problems. I'm already at maximum displacement, and I have yet to add my funnels. How's engine efficiency? 100%. Okay. Oh dear. This is never going to fit. This is 95 tons for a turret. This is 38. I don't really want to take off armor because they're already very lightly armored. I think even a destroyer shell could penetrate these ships. If I go to light shells, nah, that barely matters. Standard shells. Alright, let's just switch to 5-inch guns all over the place. Oh, even with 5-inch guns, the ship's overweight. Huh. That's unfortunate. What is making this ship so heavy? It's not the torpedo tubes, they're just 74 tons. It's something else. Maybe the speed. Yeah, I can win quite a bit there if I limit it to 30 knots. Maybe I can put that turret back in. At least the one over here. Rotate. Come on. Oh. Not quite balanced. Try again. There we are. 4 weight offset, still 5.6. 5.3. I think I'm gonna have to live with that, because there's not much that I can do. Although I could shift the main... No, the secondary tower farther back. Like all the way to there. 4.1 still. Oh, hold on. If I reset my ship like this gives me a lot more opportunity to properly set up these turrets here. And then I would need... Port weight offset? Oh, there. 2.2. That's already a bit better. Just make sure you rotate them forward. I've got a lot of unused deck space here. Let's bring the torpedo tubes back in. Go with the quad launcher on the stern. If it fits. Yeah, it does. Alright, this one. Rotate it right through the lifeboat. Normally they just... There you go. They just disappear when they figure out that something's been clipping through them. Secondaries at 3 inch, 7.7 kilometer range. I think I could make these work against the destroyers. Displacement, 9700 out of 9900. These things reload in a mere 7 seconds. Maybe just go with a few 7-inch guns. Nah, I can't. Doesn't fit. 6-inch? There, we're getting a bit close to displacement, but it's still workable. Now I have a lot of off-weights to offset. It's tricky to balance out this light cruiser. I don't want my turret all the way over there. No, you can stay. There we are. Forward weight offset 0.3. Torpedo tubes, good angle. Guns, good angle. I think the Phoenix is ready for her first flight. Torpedoes. Let's go for oxygen-fueled torpedoes. 24 inches too big. 23 inch can fit. Okay, let's go. Now, saving transports is always tricky, because you just don't know how the AI is going to manage them, and it doesn't take a lot to actually sink them. Especially considering it's 2 heavy cruisers and 3 lights. The destroyers probably won't be in range, but the rest will. Okay, everybody hold. I have the Phoenix, the Worcester, and the Youngstown. And then all my transports are behind. Lovely. Destroyers. The Charles P. Cecil, the Bash, the Chevalier, the Sutherland, and the Albany. Are these the same class? They are. 24-inch torpedoes. But it looks like the AI went with the fast ones, because they have 63.5 knots and torpedo visibility of 53%. So they're easy to spot. Destroyers, I need you to do a very risky thing. And just charge right into the enemy. And the light cruisers, well, I'm going to have those turn around as well. And just immediately start throwing up smoke. Let's see if I can figure out what the Japanese are using. That looks like a destroyer with a lot of torpedo tubes. That's 10 tubes per boat. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're going to throw out so many torpedoes that I'll lose the fight very, very quick. Heavy cruiser, I think. Looks like 5 6-inch guns. I'm sorry, 5 6-inch turrets, so that's 10 guns. What I'm not seeing yet is the light cruisers. These things reload in 8 seconds, these in 7 seconds. I carry a lot of ammo, hopefully enough. What is the plan for the transports? Eurobro, Amsterdam, Aaron, Converse. Converse is heading to starboard. Sorry, to port. That's good. That's what I want them to do. My destroyers can do 34 knots. That's good. Means I can get to a decent position pretty quick. Oh, look at this. I can only lose 2 transports before I officially lose the scenario. So the first one is almost done. The second one, well, it's not going to take them very long before they kill another transport. Especially if those torpedoes have range. There you go. That's the TRL. I guess the game ran out of names to generate. Oh, hold on. Did we just find the light cruisers? I think we did. They're also packing... What is that? 6 or 7 inch? Yeah. See, on the one hand, I like these convoy transport missions. These convoy protection duties. On the other hand, they are just very difficult to pull off. Because you just don't have the time. You just can't do it. Especially with a starting range where you still give the enemy some chance. My starting range was 15,000 meters. And they've already sunk 2 transports. With the Albatross going very, very soon. So officially, once the Albatross goes down, let's say in the next 5 seconds, I've lost the scenario. In the first, what, 5 minutes of the battle. Which is nuts. I'll just make this a big brawl here. The light cruisers... Phoenix is opening up with the 6-inch guns. And she has sent out torpedoes. Although I'm questioning the efficacy of those torpedoes. What was that? Heavy cruiser launched? Yep. Torpedoes in the water. That's not a heavy cruiser. That's a destroyer. Are these things dead in the water? 1.3 knots. The AI needs some serious work on how to actually use their own ships. The transports. The transports always seem to just do nothing. They're always... Oh, hold on. Turn to port. They're always dead in the water. It's not once that I've seen this, or twice. It's a lot of the time. Let's send torpedoes to starboard side. The ship just launched torpedoes, but I'm not seeing them. Oh, there they are. There we go. Sutherland's group. Hard to port. Set up a smoke screen. And torpedo that unidentified warship over there. Now, I have an advantage in the form of sonar on the light cruisers. I'm not sure if the DDs have the same perk. So I'll just have to try and make it work. And hope that these fast torpedoes catch their destroyers off guard. But they don't, because the kamikaze has already detected the torpedoes and is taking evasive action. Phoenix. Is there any discernible reason why you're not firing? 6-inch on target, 5-inch on target. Okay, I guess I just got hit by a torpedo. No, it was a 7-inch shell that hits the DD. Here she goes. What the hell happened here? Come on. Yeah, first bow belt extended over pen and then a mid belt penetration. Look at this, though. Why can I not shoot? The chance is too bad? How? You have the absolute best in fire control systems. More torpedoes on the way. Back to starboard. They have the absolute best in fire control systems, and they're still not firing? That makes little sense. Seems that the heavy cruisers have the same problem. They're heavy cruisers. Or are they just outturning their turrets? No, they're not. So these should be firing. Although most of my ships currently are in smoke screens. Well, not all of them. At least I'm forcing the DDs to fall back. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all trying to turn around. They've all detected the torpedoes and they're now trying to evade. And I think they'll get away with it because they know that these torpedoes are coming and they can very easily predict where they're going. So this whole line of torpedoes probably won't do much. Maybe, if I get exceptionally lucky, it'll hit this ship far in the back. As it'll traverse from here to there and then eat these torpedoes. But I rather doubt it. So it's just going to be guns. See, 24.7% chance. Long range techs and tower. Debuffs, target fast speed. Yeah, she's doing 39 knots. Not surprised that I can't hit it. Let's see, the Youngstown should start turning. Yeah, she's turning to starboard to avoid these torpedoes here. There's another wave coming in here. We should be fine. They're all being forced to turn away. Oh, there goes the transport. Oh, right. That salvo just hit another transport. The Cassin Young and the Preston doesn't look to be survivable either. Buoyancy is 15%, 14, 10. She's gone. There goes Preston. More torpedoes in the water. Another wave coming in here. This is one big torpedo duel at this point. Constantly have to check if they're outgoing or incoming torpedoes. I think I just have to charge in here. Set torpedoes to off. 0.6. 0.3. Wow. 0.4. Here we go. DDs, charge in. We've got nothing left to lose except the whole ship. So it's time to come in close and drop the torpedoes off right in front of those ships, because otherwise I don't think I'm going to land a hit. Especially not with the fast torps, because they're so easy to spot. Another torpedo launch from the Mitsuki. Just the one? Yeah, they do have one torp. One 22-inch tube. Uh-oh. Okay, no, never mind, I'm fine. I can avoid those. Smoke up again. Yeah, it just launched again. Can we hit this one? Any chance? 2.8, now we're getting somewhere. I'm at 4.5 kilometers out. I would love to actually sink one of the Japanese ships now. Having lost already a destroyer and a bunch of transports. Sutherland. It's gonna be... Oh, there we are. Light cruiser hits. Amidships. And there goes the next one. What? Oh. So I did take a torpedo. I thought I had them all figured out. Must have been that single tube. That single torpedo that was coming at me. So there goes a light cruiser. At least I sunk 2 DDs so far. So we're not entirely toothless in this battle. Kishinami is now taking fire. Returning fire with 3-inch guns. Sutherland, engage Minakaze. 5-inch guns. Accuracy, negligible. Range to target. 2.4 kilometers out. You are running low on torpedoes. Interesting. I might be able to exploit that. Oh, torpedo in the water. Hold on. Are you accidentally torpedoing your own friend here? Really? Really? Yep. You just sunk a friendly. Well done to the Mitsuki. Makes my life easier. Carry on. New target, Mitsuki. Although maybe I should let the Mitsuki live, because it's doing more favors to me than to them. Save. It's going to be very hard for that ship to avoid these torpedoes, although I'm only firing 3. She'll probably immediately spot them. But maybe, because they're so fast, they won't have a lot of time to react. There's a torpedo. She is on fire. And flooding. I'm not even sure if the torpedoes are going to get there. All of that speed is now gone. And it looks like the Minakaze is also turning to starboard. Run out of ammo for 2x1 deck torpedo tube. Now, I couldn't save my own convoy, at least not all of them. But I can at least make sure that this Japanese group doesn't attack another convoy. Yeah, you gonna hit? Oh, narrowly avoided there. The Ayusa. Looks like she's going to sink. There she goes. Ayusa is down. Sutherland, however, is also taking a lot of hits. And it's mostly from the heavy cruisers and the destroyer. But the heavy cruiser definitely did a lot more damage there. The torpedo incoming, Phoenix to starboard. Those heavy cruisers don't seem interested in getting in close. Which is unfortunate for me, because I need to get in close. Sutherland will sink. The Bash and the Chevalier are still pushing in. Oh! Beautiful. The Inazuma took 2 torpedoes, which must have been in transit for a long, long time. And she got hit for a total of 12,000 damage, which for a destroyer is completely unsurvivable. Absolutely impossible. Alright, we got another present coming in here from the Mitsuki. Smoke up, push through. Albany, you're the only one. The Sutherland just died. Target Minakaze. Send torpedoes against Mitsuki. Aggressive. Just get those torps in the water. Any day now. There we are. Torpedoes away. Quintuple launcher. Away. Alright, Albany, disengage. Smoke up, disengage. There's another torpedo incoming. Hopefully I'll avoid that. Look at how quickly the Mitsuki turned. There's a very remote chance that the light cruisers will still run into those. I'm not holding my breath, though. At least we're pushing the destroyers away from the convoy, but the convoy is still sinking. Because there were still torpedoes that might have been fired at me, which just transitioned beyond my ships, and are now working their way through the transports. And there goes the Yarborough. Albany also looks like it's going down. Mitsuki has no torpedoes. There goes the Albany. That's the last of those 2 DDs that I had. Also got hit by a torpedo. 4,800 damage. Range, 1.5 clicks. Oh. I'll turn the other way. This is going to be a bit of a dance. Bosh, hard starboard. Chevalier, disengage from the division. Hard to port. Alright, danced around those torpedoes. Torpedoes on that ship. Fire when ready. Are the lights doing okay? They're about to engage the enemy light cruisers. Okay, the Mitsuki is going to go down to gunfire. I don't need to send torpedoes her way. Chevalier. Target Goryu. Torpedo when ready. Bosch has sent out all of her torpedoes. One might very narrowly avoid the Mitsuki. Yep, gone. Now I cannot very well torpedo anything with this DD. So I might as well try to have her disengage. Save those tubes for another day. Chevalier, same. Turn away. Light cruisers, push in. We got a torpedo launch from the Naniwa. One torpedo tube, visibility plus 40%. We can see it going for the destroyer, which is already disengaging. Chance to hit on Naniwa, 1.3%. That is fairly lackluster. She has 7-inch guns. Fire aggressive. I need those shells. I need to see shells near. Chance to pen. 48, 50%, 53, 55. I'd say we fire AP and hope for the best. Phoenix firing on all guns. Looks like the destroyer is going to be not coming home today. Hold on, was that a torpedo? Yes, that was. That indeed was a torpedo. Going for the very heavily damaged Bosch, which I think will not survive. Torpedoes here. Minakaze's avoiding. Kishimayari is turning around. There goes the Bosch. These could still inflict a serious blow to the heavy cruisers, depending on which way they turn. So it's all going to come down to the light cruisers now. Save torpedoes. If you think you can land a hit, go for it. A little bit of damage on the Naniwa. And I'm hoping to torpedo the Kinu. I know that I can pretty safely brawl with these because they don't have torpedoes. I mean, sure, they have some. But not nearly enough to be very dangerous to me. There's another salvo here. Chance to pen, 37. Chance to pen, 54. Kinu firing 7-inch guns, 3-inch secondaries and 2-inch secondaries. It's now going to be a battle of the light cruisers. Which is something I haven't seen in a while. Bit of damage over here on the Kinu. Has she detected the torpedoes at all? Oh yeah. She has, and she's working to avoid. Gotcha! Kishiyamari. No. Kashimayari did get hit by 2 torpedoes and sunk. And there's the Goryu. And the Minakaze. I might still win this, of sorts. It's going to be a bit of a Pyrrhic victory because I lost so many transports. But at the very least, these Japanese ships will not be bothering anybody again. Looks like the Kinu is still working to avoid the torpedoes. Switch back to ×2. Which way are you going to turn, Kinu? They're overturning? Oh, that is a mistake and a half. The AI should never do this. That's just seconds from disaster right there. Gotcha. They were so well on their way to avoid. And then they completely fucked up. Like me over here, because I also just ate a torpedo. There's more torpedoes coming in from Yoshino. Phoenix is trying to fall back. I hope that that anti-flooding system is going to be enough. But I kind of doubt it. And that would leave me with just the Youngstown. And... yeah, she's already dead. Where's my DD? Dead. Must have missed that. The DD's gone. Phoenix is fighting the flooding, but it is severe. I'm hoping she can still put out a bit of water using those pumps that I gave her. If she doesn't, then it's game over for that ship. Split. Youngstown. Push in. Phoenix, fall back for a bit. Oh, you got your rudder damaged. Phoenix is only going to be doing circles for a while. Torpedoes off. I'll just have to go manually deliver those. The Phoenix... oh dear. She still has a bit of rudder control left. And she's still fighting. Sending out torpedoes versus Yoshino by the looks of it. Yoshino immediately detected the torpedoes. Or no. The Yoshino detected torpedoes a while ago. This was from a long time ago that they detected the torpedoes. Probably from the destroyers. Come on. It feels like my little guns aren't doing any kind of damage here. 2.1 to 5 inch armor. What can I pen? More than enough, arguably. Increase the flank. Hold on, are you doing the same stupid turn like your sister ship did? Because if so, you won't survive. No, it looks like Yoshino might be slightly wiser. Still, even if I... oh, hello, Kamikaze. Even if I do win against the light cruisers, there is still a heavy cruiser around. And I don't really know how to sink that one. I think my chances there are pretty poor. Phoenix. Still mostly dead in the water. I have to try and avoid the torpedo salvo that came in from the Kamikaze. A bit of damage is going out against the destroyer. Might not be enough though. She's smoking up again. At least she has no torpedoes left, so she's just a gunboat now. No torpedoes coming in from the lights. For the moment. Kamikaze taking hits and flooding. That's going to slow her down significantly. She might be in smoke, but now she's pretty easy to hit. Yep, 16, 15. There you go. Kamikaze's down. But she might have still inflicted the last blow to the Phoenix. No, Phoenix just avoided the torpedoes. Come on, Youngstown. It's all down to you now. I'm fighting 3 ships with 1 light cruiser. This is not going to end well. Torpedo in the water. Hard starboard. See, I'm just pecking away with 1 point of damage every time. That's not adding up. Torpedo versus the Goryu. Port flank. No? Maybe the torpedo launchers on the port side have just fired. That would suck. Hard to port. Maybe I can get the starboard launchers away against the Yoshino. Yoshino is now finally taking some damage, but it's still very, very light and will not sink her. There's incoming torpedoes from what I think is the Goryu. The only thing that makes sense at this point. Try to get the starboard torpedoes away on the Goryu. I know that I'm risking my ship a lot, but this is the time to start taking risks. Torpedo in the water. Source Naniwa. Fine. Aggressive torpedo launch. Torpedoes away. Hard to port. No, hard to starboard again. Avoiding that torpedo. Phoenix. Status. Not great, but she's still shooting. Starboard turn. Target Naniwa. Torpedo in the water. Source Yoshino. Bit of damage to the torpedoes. Hopefully nothing serious. Oh, crap. There's more torpedoes incoming, this time from the Naniwa. She apparently also has broadside tubes. Oh dear. Turn, 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 turn. Avoided. How are these torpedoes looking? Yeah, Goryu knows exactly what's coming and is not sitting around to find out. Keep charging down the Naniwa. Displacement on these ships is 8,800 tons, so I do have a bit of displacement on them. They have speed and firepower. Their guns are just bigger. She still has 13 torpedoes left. And a very good torpedo detection system, because the moment that I launch, I immediately get detected. Yeah, the heavy is going to completely avoid those. More torpedoes incoming. Dancing back to starboard. Phoenix still shooting. Accuracy is negligible, but at least there's shells in the air. Youngstown has taken some damage, but until she eats a big hit, she should be fine. Switch fire to the Yoshino. Torpedo's not... Shit, she's flooding. Penetration mid-belt, below the waterline apparently. To starboard, torpedoes port side. Aggressive if you have them, set a smoke screen. Range to target, 1.4 clicks. The flooding is going to get progressively worse. The closer I get, the more risk. Apparently the port side torpedoes are not ready, but the Yoshino might have hers ready. Her starboard side. Avoid. Yep, there they come. Saw that coming, Yoshino. Not sitting that one out. Youngstown, full turn to starboard. I love these maneuveral warfare. This constantly dodging and weaving between torpedoes and trying to land my own. Very enjoyable. Maintain that turn. Increase back to full speed. We have to avoid that torpedo. Yoshino still have 12 torps left, and this one has 10, the Naniwa. So far so good. The heavy cruiser is still trying to hit, and is getting more dangerous the closer I get to it. Shells, 696, 694 for the 6-inch, and over 2,000 shells for the 5-inch. That should be more than enough. Port torpedo tubes. Let's see if they're reloaded now. I'm flooding again. And more importantly, there's another set of torpedoes in the water. Increase the flank if you can. Oh crap, now she's taking serious damage. Fire and flooding. Come on, I want to sink another ship here. And this is not the way to do it. Youngstown is going to go down to flooding. It's just got too bad. Naniwa is also flooding, but it's not enough. Youngstown, she's fighting it. She's pumping out the water. I doubt it's fast enough, though. Flooding again. There's more torpedoes coming in. Down. Right. And that leaves the Phoenix, although I rather doubt she's going to rise again. My torpedo range is 22. Send against the Goryu. Maybe he'll accidentally hit something hard to starboard. Try to see if the... Oh, crap. Oh, no. Yeah, I deserve that. I didn't see the torpedo coming and I lost it. So that just leaves me with the transports. And seeing as I already lost enough transports to fill this scenario, I'm gonna say that the Japanese got a win out of this one. Sure enough, my fleet did a decent amount of damage. Not enough. And I imagine that the heavy cruiser and the surviving lights will finish off the rest of the convoy. Meaning that the critical supplies will not reach Okinawa. and that maybe the American offensive against Okinawa is going to fail. But maybe Adrian, creator of the scenario, is going to be able to shed some light on that. What is the aftermath, Adrian? What happened next? Let me know down below in the comment section. And for the rest of you, this was Adrian's third attempt to get my attention for his scenario, and he eventually got it. So don't give up if you have already posted it a few times in the comment section. The way that I find the next scenario is always to look for the best, most upvoted scenario in the previous video. So for this one, I had a look at the previous video, the escape of the Graf Zeppelin, and this was the most upvoted scenario. So that's how you do it. Send your scenario in, comment section down below, and maybe you're going to see yours in the next video, depending on how well you write it and how many upvotes it's going to get. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that fight. I really enjoyed the dodging and weaving of the torpedoes. And so far, I was able to avoid a lot of them, but not enough. Eventually, the fleet went down. Thank you guys for watching. I shall see you guys soon for more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts.